Recently, I heard a discussion in which a prominent conservative leader made a rather startling statement. He said he believes South Dakota would actually be better off if we had a real two-party system. He explained that because Republicans have been in the majority for so many years, it's easy to be a Republican in this state. And he said when being a Republican is easy, people who don't actually support the party platform on many issues can masquerade as real Republicans and get away with it. These false Republicans are often referred to as rhinos, R-I-N-O, Republican in name only. As I later pondered this leader's statement, I couldn't help but make a comparison to the church. After all, like the Republicans in South Dakota, the Christian church has had it pretty easy for more than 200 years in this country. Until recently, there has been very little in the way of opposition to the church, and because it's so easy to be a Christian, there are many in our churches who claim the name of Christ, but are in reality Christians in name only. We could label them crinos. This shouldn't be a surprise to us. After all, Jesus warned about the weeds among the wheat in the body of Christ and said that there would be those who said, "Lord, Lord," who would not get into heaven because Christ will say to them, "I never knew you." Even in the early days of the church, when it was more difficult and downright dangerous to be a Christian, Paul and other apostles often warned of false teachers and false brethren. What are we to do about the problem of crinos in the church? Well, it's probably best not to go on a crino hunt and try to weed out those false brethren among us. The most important thing is to make sure that you yourself are not one of them. Are you familiar with and living according to the party platform? That's found in this book, by the way. And are you just a fan of Christ? Or are you a fully devoted follower? If you were put on trial for being a Christian, would anybody be able to bring evidence to convict you? Jesus never called anyone to simply join the party. He said a true disciple must take up his cross and follow him.